Today we got the T-Rex, Rexy from Jurassic Park, taking on the Rancor from Star Wars. Who's coming on top here? Let's find out. An apex predator of the highest degree, the Tyrannosaurus Rex, affectionately nicknamed Rexy, is the face of the Jurassic Park franchise, which was intended to be the star attraction of John Hammond's vision for the original Jurassic Park. Also, just for clarity, Rexy only appeared in Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. The other T-Rexes from Jurassic Park 2 and 3 were different dinosaurs, considering that they were from different islands. Rexy is an absolutely massive beast, coming in at 44 feet long, 17 to 20 feet tall, and actually weighs somewhere between 5 and 6 tons. She's strong enough to break through giant fallen trees with ease, push an old Jurassic World truck out of her way during a chase. With that truck weighing around 4,000 pounds, she's able to hold back a helicopter just by biting into the ladder hanging from it. She walked through metal fences. Her back claws able to tear through steel, and Rexy's been able to regularly fight against and kill other dinosaurs. She took down several velociraptors by herself, fought against and killed a Triceratops who was as big as an African elephant in the Jurassic Park game. She took down several Carnotauruses, one in just a single bite, and even though she was being beat by the Indominus Rex, Rexy did take the I-Rex and shove him through several buildings, pick him up by the neck and throw him. She's durable enough to take attacks from multiple velociraptors, from the I-Rex, and from who knows what other dinosaurs. And Rexy walked away from all of it with just a few scars. The T-Rex is also incredibly fast, being able to keep up with Jurassic Park Jeep. Has been clocked over 30 miles per hour, and she's surprisingly stealthy. Rexy surprise attacked a herd of dinosaurs as she was hunting, surprised the velociraptors at the visitor center, and killed Eli Mills in a surprise attack. So, as we got one corner, the Tyrannosaurus Rex, Rexy. But, entering the ring, in that corner, a galaxy far, far away, well, it's the Rancor. Rancors are large reptilian carnivores native to the planet of Dathomir, standing around 5 meters tall with their long arms, minced jaws, and armored hides that could even withstand blaster fire. Rancors are formidable predators. Despite this, they're actually inherently peaceful when they're domesticated by the witches of Dathomir, although they can be provoked into violence over time. Rancors walk on 2 relatively stubby little legs, with their longer forearms utilized for catching prey, actually strong enough to destroy several AT-STs while in a rampage. They have a flat face dominated by a large mouth with razor-sharp teeth, but they'd actually often swallow smaller prey, even humans, whole. The Rancor's skin is also tough enough to deflect blaster fire, as well as taking hits from similar strong and massive creatures. Rancors were relatively well known throughout the wider galaxy. They were closely associated with the criminal underworld, where they were kept as pets, guards, and status symbols. They'd also be used for death matches, pitting one beast against the other, seeing which one survived the longest. The most famous Rancor was the one owned by Jabba the Hutt, named Patissa, and Jabba was often fond of dropping people into the Rancor's pit from a trapdoor, watching the monster eat them. So, who wins? Well, let's break it down. Now, when I first started this channel, I was just making super random versus matchups, like Rocket Raccoon versus Boba Fett, Carnage versus Clayface, or Doomsday versus Groot. And one that I never did, but always wanted to do, was a T-Rex from Jurassic Park versus the Rancor from Star Wars. So I was scrolling back through my whole big long list of ideas, found this one tucked in there, got super excited, and so here we are. The T-Rex versus the Rancor. So who's coming out on top here? Well, let's break it down. Also, just a note, while we are using Rexy specifically from Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, we're not necessarily using the Rancor from Return of the Jedi. That Rancor, Patissa, was a malnourished adolescent. It was abused and mistreated, its muscles had atrophied due to containment in the dungeon, and while it had won quite a few fights, it had also been severely wounded in those fights. It would no longer do too hot in future fights. The Rancor's trainer, Malakili, actually believed that the Rancor would be killed if it was put in one more fight. Rexy should pretty easily win. So instead, we're just throwing in just one random fully grown Rancor in good health. Also, we're not using a bull Rancor, which is a much larger subspecies than the normal Rancor we all know and love. The bull is just too large to be able to beat Rexy too easily. Alright, now with all of that out of the way, let's get started. So let's start out by taking a look at the T-Rex. And first off, she's immensely strong. She's run through a massive fallen tree like it was nothing. But the T-Rex has also gone on to bend metal fences and tear through steel. She's busted through buildings and even pushed the Indominus Rex through multiple buildings. Rexy has also picked up and thrown the Indominus Rex by the neck. According to the Jurassic World Survival Guide, the I-Rex weighs around 8 tons. That's actually more than the T-Rex, so Rexy was able to push around and throw more than her whole body weight. The T-Rex also fought against several velociraptors at once, killed Carnotauruses, sometimes with a single bite, and like we said, probably most importantly, fight against the Indominus Rex. You could actually argue that the I-Rex is just as dangerous, if not more dangerous, than the Rancor, given its size, genetic makeup, intellect, and complete and utter savagery. So we don't technically know if the Rancor has faced an opponent like Rexy before, but we definitely know that Rexy has fought against similar creatures to her and usually wins. And there's even their size. The T-Rex is 44 feet long, 17 to 20 feet tall, and weighs somewhere in the range of 5 to 6 tons. The Rancor is a bit smaller than that, and actually significantly lighter, coming in at 16 feet tall and only 3,500 pounds. So Rexy has the weight advantage and is going to be able to exploit it. However, the Rancor definitely has some advantages too. I mean, there's a reason that the Witches of Dathomir used Rancors to ride into battle. The Galactic Empire attempted to exploit the combat potential of the Rancor. A fully grown one was capable of single-handedly destroying an entire AT-ST unit, which is honestly pretty impressive. And while we don't know exactly how the Rancor fights, we do know that the Jedi Order named the Niman style of lightsaber fighting after the Rancor. This was a style that was known for being well-rounded, with no particular offensive or defensive attributes, so it probably suggests something about the Rancor style. It's got those massive arms and sharp claws, so it's definitely got the reach advantage over the T-Rex. Then there's just its hide. The Rancor is incredibly durable, able to actually deflect blaster fire, so Rexy is going to have a difficult time enduring it too. So, end of the day, who's come out on top here? Well, I think I have to give it to the T-Rex. Here's my reasoning. For starters, she's actually much faster. She was clocked at running over 30 miles per hour in Jurassic Park. While we've seen the Rancor is typically slow, just moves around on its stubby little legs. Now, granted that was Jabba's Rancor, and we've already been over how that isn't the typical Rancor, but still, I'm not seeing the typical Rancor being 30 miles an hour. And while the Rancor has the reach advantage, I think Rexy can counter that with just her size advantage, so it's her speed to get in close. She's also pretty durable herself, having fought against the Raptors and the Indominus Rex, come away with only a few scars. So who knows how much damage the Rancor will actually be able to do with those claws. And then there's the bite force. Now, obviously the Rancor doesn't actually exist. We don't actually know its bite force or the power in those jaws, but we can do our best. So first off, the size of each creature obviously has an impact on its bite force. A German Shepherd is going to bite harder than a Chihuahua. And in our example, the T-Rex is a good 4 or 5 tons on the Rancor. Rexy also has larger teeth, and a lot more of them compared to the Rancor. Even the shape of the T-Rex's jaws are also more geared towards biting than the stubby Rancor snout. According to popular mechanics, a jaw exerts the greater force near the hinge than the front. You can bite down harder with your molars than your front teeth. When you bite with your front teeth, the force your lower jaw is exerting is classified as a third-class lever. If you're biting with your molars, your lower jaw is now a second-class lever. The Rex will be able to apply much more force with his longer jaw. And we technically do see an example of the Rancor's bite force. Again, it's Jabba's Rancor, but Luke stuck a bone in its mouth order to buy a few precious seconds. And the Rancor actually had some trouble in snapping the bone. T-Rexes are thought to have easily been able to chomp through bones in order to extract the nutritious bone marrow. So if its size and weight advantage, its greater bite force, and even its greater speed, gotta give it to Rexy. I don't think she'll win every single time fully grown Rancors can beat ATSTs, but I think she wins more times than not. The T-Rex wins. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts. Sound off in the comments down below. Also be sure that like button, subscribe button, turn notifications on the DanCo army, and I will see you next time.